This is the Let's Go Blues Minute brought to you by Puckdoku, the original hockey doku. Now here's your host, Jeff Ponder.
All right, I hope everybody has cabin fever from being snowed in here for 3 or 4 days with the ice storm, and the Blues are going to be ready to rock tonight. My ask for our fans tonight is be ready to rock from the puck drop.
Well, Jim Montgomery prepared us, and he was right. The St. Louis Blues beat the Anaheim Ducks last night by a score of 6-2. The Blues scored 4 straight times in the first period against the Ducks at Enterprise Center on Thursday. Going into the game, the Blues had lost 2 straight and 3 of 5. Before the contest began, the Blues and Ducks celebrated Cam Fowler's 1,000th NHL game in a type of ceremony I don't know if I've ever seen before. Both teams were very involved in the ceremony as both Blues GM Doug Armstrong and Ducks GM Pat Verbeek awarded him with gifts, as well as the captains of each the Blues and the Ducks combined for a memorable moment. The Blues scored 3 times in a span of 3:55 early in the first period. Goal scorers in this game included Tyler Tucker, who added his first, Jordan Kyrou at his 19th, Dylan Holloway added his 15th, Pavel Buchnevich scored his 11th, and of course Robert Thomas had a 2-goal game, scoring his 10th and 11th. Could not get that hat-trick goal as it appeared. He tried many times there in the third period, and his teammates were definitely trying to get him the puck. Jordan Kyrou and Pavel Buchnevich each had a goal and an assist for the Blues. Buchnevich now has 6 points in a 5-game point streak. That includes 2 goals and 4 assists. Brandon Saad had an assist and played 11:49 in his 900th NHL game. Radek Faksa played 15:38 and won 7 of 10 faceoffs after missing the past 7 games and 12 of the past 13 with a cut on his inner thigh. Joel Hofer made 21 saves for his 6th win in the past 8 starts. He is 6-1-1 in that time. Anaheim's Lucas Dostal was pulled after allowing 6 goals on 22 shots. John Gibson stopped all 12 shots he faced in relief. I should not have started Dostal in my fantasy league after Jim Montgomery's comments, but c'est la vie. Anaheim Ducks center Nikito Nestorenko scored for the Ducks, and that made for an interesting stat. The forward has played in 15 NHL games and in just 3 games against the St. Louis Blues. However, he scored all 3 of his NHL goals against the Blues, so maybe keep a lookout for him, Blues defenseman. Our stat of the day, which is brought to you by Puckpedia.com, centers around defenseman Tyler Tucker. I've been his biggest critic in the past season and a half and questioned his call-up this season after the P.O. Joseph trade, but he has been excellent the past handful of games. According to HockeyStatCards.com, Tucker received a game score of .55, which was about middle of the pack for the Blues. Game score is a player evaluation metric used by HockeyStatCards.com, and the objective is to measure single-game player productivity. Game score weights each of the actions of each player to give us a single number representing their overall performance in that game. It includes goals, assists, shots on goal, penalties drawn and taken, faceoffs won and lost, blocked shots, 5 versus 5 goal differential, and 5 versus 5 Corsi differential. Each action is weighted differently in the formula. But getting back to Tucker, his regular stats in this game included a goal, a +1 rating, 2 penalty minutes, 2 shots, and 5 hits in 16:01 of ice time. The 7th-round pick is looking pretty good for the Blues this season. Let's hope he can keep this play up and continue to contribute nicely for the St. Louis Blues. Next up, the Columbus Blue Jackets come into Enterprise Center at 6 o'clock on Saturday. This is the second game of a 4-game homestand in which the Blues will face off against the Calgary Flames on Tuesday and Thursday next week to close it out. And obviously this is a chance for the Blues to get redemption on the Blue Jackets, who beat the Blues 6-4 in Columbus last weekend.
Wait, Jeff, one more thing.
Well, yesterday's Puckdoku was an interesting one. I beat Bill by a score of 12-13. It just edged him there. The best play came from me. I played former Blues great Steve Popst. Played him in the square that was the St. Louis Blues and Pittsburgh Penguins. He came in at a 0.1%. Very interesting. I'm surprised that he beat out Timofey Shishkanov, who I played in the Blues and Predator Square. He was at a 0.3. So surprised to see that Steve Popst was apparently a lesser-known player for this game. He came in at 0.1, and I beat Bill 12-13. That's all that matters. Everyone have a great weekend, and let's go Blues.
This was the Let's Go Blues Minute powered by Puckdoku. Remember to tune into Let's Go Blues Radio, the original St. Louis Blues hockey podcast and webcast. Available wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube and Facebook. Until next time, hosers.